think the first moment that I really started to care about soccer was when Australia first off qualified for like the first World Cup in like 32 years in 2006. And then specifically when Tim Cahill scored the second goal, because he tied it up like 5 minutes earlier, and then he scored another one, and that's the whole family just went crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was a big moment, because I hadn't really realized how much of an impact soccer can have on people, I guess.
What's something that other people don't know about Rhys Moller? Like another type of interest or passion?
I do a lot with music, kind of on the side. Well, not on the side, it's very, very heavy. I think music is the only thing that has ever been
on the same level?
Yeah, on the same level or higher than soccer. I think right now they're the same. I mean, I was always into music, but like I never really had the motivation to play the piano until like I actually was, fairly decent at it. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like a lot of people say they played piano when they were younger, and I think there's like a tipping point.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to
break.
Yeah, you have to like break over the mountain tip and then get to the other side, and then you're fine and you'll absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you really like music, and like you definitely listen to music a lot.
Yeah.
In your downtime, but I'm always very curious on athletes listening to music, because you have to get like super hype going to the game or practice, right?
Yeah.
So do you have like your routine playlist? Like right when you get in the game, you're like getting yourself pumped up. You're like in the commercials, like sitting in your own locker room spot, and then you're like just like, yeah, I'm about to, yeah, I'll show them. Like, do you have that playlist?
Well, actually, so if you do want to listen to music, you have to do it before you get in the locker room.
Okay, there's like a no music policy.
Yeah, well, you can like there's like a team speaker.
Okay.
So we play music from there in the locker room,
Okay.
but we're not allowed to listen to like personal music, I guess.
Is there a reason for that, or just?
Well, yeah, because I mean
It's part of, you want to look your teammates in the eye, have
Yeah.
conversations before the game, talk about the game, what you're going to do,
Yeah.
and know that each other is like, fully committed to the game.
Okay.
Because I mean, in the locker room, you can tell who's like, it's pretty easy to tell who's not going to give it their all. I know I personally just listen to music beforehand. It's not necessarily pump up stuff. Like, I mean,
Okay.
I know for me, it's all about calming nerves, because the goalkeeping position is a very one and done position. You might get one chance to change the game.
Yeah, because I feel like there's kind of a discrepancy between like being really hyped for a game, and then actually getting on the field. Would you say you're a passionate person? And like, what is your passion based on? Is it based on like winning, or like just for the like enjoyment of the game? Like, how would you distinguish that?
Well, first of all, I think passion. There's a misconception that it has to be very visible.
Like you have to show it, like pound your chest.
for me, I'm
I'm not like a balls to the wall pounding my chest, like lifting weights in the weight room,
Yeah.
so that everyone can see me type person. But I care, just as much or almost more than maybe those people might. I'm very very driven, and I think it's a combination of just the love of the game and winning, which I haven't actually won a whole lot. I've won like, I think with the high school team we won like an actual trophy like once. I haven't won a trophy in a very long time. That's something that I'd love to do at Cornell.
That would be one of your like big goals.
That is the goal. Coming in, I wanted to win the Ivy League championship.
Individual success has never really been a problem for you. When you were a senior, you were ranked number 10 overall among goalkeepers in the country. Like, that's something to be really proud of. But would you say that you care more about the team's success?
Well, in the end, it's how the team is what matters. Especially with soccer. I mean, when your team loses, everyone loses, and we all have the same feeling about it. So I mean, you can make 3 or 4 incredible saves, still lose 1-0, and you're gonna feel like shit because you could have maybe done something more than the last goal to prevent it. Because each person has to be very good at what they do in order for the team aspects to be successful.
So a lot of people our age, a lot of kids, they kind of struggle with finding purpose. they see it kind of as this monumental thing that you have to overcome something and then reach that realization of what you want to do. What would be like a piece of advice that you would give them to help them find that type of purpose?
Well, I don't think achievement or setting goals has to necessarily be a very grand thing. You know, the way I started is I just set really small things for myself. Purpose is a very, you have to start out, it's a very, a small step at a time, towards, because each step eventually builds up, 10, and you have 100, then you're climbing the mountain. I think there is a peak you have to get over with purpose, because you have to build a base for yourself to work with, to get that purpose.
So setting small goals.
Yeah, so setting small goals to work towards, the big purpose that you're trying to achieve.
Do you love that process? Do you love the routine of doing this over and over again?
And what I love about soccer is, there's not a set way to do anything because no situation occurs twice. So, you can kind of say like, oh, there's a general thing, you can train moving across the goal, various different things that could happen, but, you can't really be perfectly ready for any situation. And so that's why you train every single day. Even out of the field, you imagine what could happen in certain situations, which could be bad in class, because sometimes I get pretty distracted thinking about like what I do during a game.